The locker room turned into a pressure cooker today, faithful. A pillar of the offense may be back just when the tide felt like it was turning again. And the impact isn't just tactical, it's psychological. On defense, a veteran name is circling the bay, the kind of piece that can reorganize calls and calm storms. The controls of the offense, though, hide a choice that could surprise people on Sunday. And on the roster's edge, a fan favorite is drawing calls no one expected, shaking up the pecking order. Would you buy that bet right now? You won't believe what we've got today. So get comfy, drop a like, and let's dive right in. You know that moment when a piece returns to the board and the whole tactical picture shifts? That's what George Kittle's return promises this Sunday against the Falcons. After weeks on injured reserve with a serious hamstring issue, number 85 practiced at full speed and was cleared to play with no snap restriction. When Kittle steps on the field, the playbook gains new pages in real time, from 12 personnel to power shifts to the closed side. And here's the hint that flips the mood. He's on track to be active against Atlanta, with the staff confident in the post-IR conditioning they saw all week. Why does this change everything? Because Kittle is that rare tight end who alters defensive structure before the snap. In line, he seals the edge. In the slot, he forces the nickel to declare coverage. In motion, he drags a linebacker out of the box. Offensive coordinator Clay Kubiak didn't mince words. With the ball in his hands, Kittle creates explosives, separates from defenders, and keeps a defense guessing between run and pass. In plain talk, you don't need to swap parts to change the idea. When Kittle is on the field, the same formation tells different stories with every quarterback read. That supercharges play action, makes screens more dangerous, and reopens the middle of the field. The context makes his return even more valuable. Nick Bosa is out for the year with a torn knee ligament, and Fred Warner landed on IR with any return in the regular season considered remote. That leaves a leadership and execution void Kittle can fill, from the locker room to the fine detail. Firmer blocking angles on the edge, receiver splits that create space inside, and hot reads that turn into yards after the catch. It's emotional fuel and tactical adjustment in one person. Exactly what an injury-hit roster needs to keep its rhythm in close games. And there's more. With Brock Purdy still limited and out this week, odds are we'll see Mac Jones start again. That changes the offense's tempo, because Jones plays on rhythm, quick processing, and efficient checkdowns, not extended chaos. Who amplifies that profile? A tight end who wins fast on the hash, attacks the intermediate window, and still sells the bootleg with a violent first count block. If Kittle and Jones sync in the first two drives, the cadence appears, the clock becomes an ally, and the defense can breathe. The key will be staying on schedule on first and second down to keep play action honest and punish middle pressure. And that wasn't even the day's most surprising twist. And what if there's a move on the board the 49ers haven't made yet, and maybe should, urgently? That's where the defense comes in. Fred Warner, the guy who distributed calls, angles, and confidence, is out for the rest of the season with a severe ankle injury. With that, the question lands hard. Do the Niners bring in veteran Eric Kendricks to plug the void? And if they do, what changes? First, the damage assessment. Warner is the defense's core, a leader beyond the physical side. When he went down, the room felt it, from communication in the box to fits against the opponent's run game. The narrative machine started typing, "Is this the end for San Francisco?" But hold up, the season isn't lost, and this is where K steps in. Kendricks is on the market and has already been linked to the Niners. He's a decade-plus pro who knows how to set pressures, cover for young backers, and lead systems. The appeal of signing him is simple. No draft picks, no mortgaging the future. An emergency deal that flips on a spotlight in the middle of the defense while the rookies adjust. The upside is obvious. Experience, fast processing, stability. The big but is whether Kyle Shanahan and the staff will pull that lever now or bet on the internal pipeline. Inside the locker room, the shift is brutal. Tatum Bethune, young, promising, but short on reps, has been tapped to take over Warner's role. The risk? When the mistakes come, it isn't just one bad play. The defense can lose cohesion, the clock can bleed, and the opponent can sense a soft middle. With Kendricks, you add someone who recognizes stability formations, resets the front, and delivers calm to the corners, and it changes everything for the offense. Literally, if the defense comes back slower or unsettled, the Niners' attack will feel double the pressure. That's why signing Kendricks becomes preventive attention. Fewer opponent plays, less wear, more punches that matter. But what about the emotional cost? Calling Kendricks now also signals the initial plan, ride with the young guy or tape together the starters, has been shaken. That stirs two debates. Is it now or never? And is this weakness or humility? The fan base will press for answers. My take, if you want to keep the NFC's high ground and not become another injury casualty, this move could be a vital piece. So here's the ask. Tell me in the comments, do you sign Kendricks now or let Bethune try to flip the script? And for the faithful, don't forget, drop a like, subscribe, and hit the bell because this chess match is just getting started. There's something moving fast on offense and the focus swings right back to the cockpit, the quarterback. All signs point to Mac Jones starting another game for the 49ers in Week 7. And as logical as that sounds, the decision comes with layers fans should understand. Kyle Shanahan confirmed both Jones and Purdy are progressing well, but Brock's turf toe still worries the staff. Forcing him back now could aggravate it, and nobody in Santa Clara wants a rerun of 2023 when rushing a comeback cost dearly. Jones, meanwhile, is in a curious groove. Since he took over amid the injury storm, he's shown the trait coaches covet: consistency. It's 1,252 yards, 6 touchdowns, and just 3 interceptions in 4 games, even while dealing with knee and oblique pain. The offense found a short game rhythm, got efficient on checkdowns, and cut down turnovers. That's Shanahan's kind of football. He wants a quarterback who executes the plan, not one who rewrites it. With Kittle returning, the fit looks close to perfect. Fast routes, separation over the middle, and tempo control. A marriage of necessity and style. But the trial by fire will come against the Falcons' defense. Top 5 in yards allowed. They play physical, disguise pre-snap looks, and force the quarterback to adjust post-snap without blinking. Jones himself admitted it this week. They're on a historic defensive start. You have to be ready to play, and he is. The system demands quick reads, and Jones has looked more comfortable with fast progressions and short movement, something fans haven't seen since his rookie flashes in New England. There's a psychological layer too. Part of the fan base still ties Jones to the Patriots' collapse and doubts his ability to lead a contender. Inside the room, though, respect is growing. Players highlight his preparation, calm in the huddle, and post-game poise, qualities that keep a team glued together in turbulent times. If he wins another one, he'll cement himself as the game manager Shanahan's system has always quietly sought. And here's the tipping point. Jones is on a 1-year, $7 million deal. If he keeps delivering wins while Purdy heals, the 49ers may have stumbled onto that sweet spot between security and daring on offense. And that still wasn't the week's biggest drama. Now comes the kind of story that changes the entire locker room climate. Jennings, the guy who's long been shorthand for grit, physical blocking, and contagious energy, is suddenly the center of a heated conversation on and off the field. It started against the Buccaneers when cameras caught a tense exchange between Jennings and Kyle Shanahan on the sideline. Shanahan tried to cool it down, calling it competitive, but anyone watching felt it. There was frustration in the air, and not just his. Jennings wants more targets, more involvement, and maybe more recognition. It didn't stop there. Behind the scenes, rumblings popped up that the New York Giants called to ask about his trade availability. Ryan Dunleavy of the New York Post noted Jennings among names thought to be available, alongside Jalen Waddle and Jacoby Myers. That set off alarms for fans. Would the 49ers actually consider moving one of the locker room's most beloved players? Or is this just market noise typical of this point in the season? Here's the reality today. It's delicate. Jennings has been playing through 5 fractured ribs. Yes, 5, and still pushing to help. But the room is changing. Ricky Pearsall and Brandon Ayuk are back practicing. Kendrick Bourne was reactivated quickly, and rookie Jordan Watkins could see snaps now that Marquez Valdez-Scantling hit IR. Translation: real competition and scarce minutes. If Shanahan wants to get the young guys reps, he might view Jennings as a trade asset with immediate value. Inside that locker room, no one questions his importance. Teammates praise his blue-collar edge and the way he treats every block like his last. But football is business, and 2025 is already knocking. Jennings bet on himself with an incentive-heavy deal, and he knows the clock to prove value is ticking. A trade now could hand him a bigger role while freeing cash for the Niners to mend an injury-riddled roster. Whatever the decision, it will tug at the fan base. Jennings embodies this team's physical and emotional DNA. Losing that presence would sting, but keeping someone who's banged up and unhappy can cost chemistry down the stretch. The front office will need cold eyes, and Shanahan a deft touch. Jennings' future could be decided in days, not weeks. So faithful, Would you let number 15 go or keep him to the end of the season? Take a breath, faithful. Today we saw how small choices redraw an entire season. With Kittle back, the offense regains identity and the courage to punish the middle. On defense, the Kendricks conversation is more than a stopgap. It's ambition aimed at securing the core without Warner. Mac Jones brings rhythm and security while Purdy heals, and the Jennings saga spotlights leadership, chemistry, and leverage. Now it's your move. Which decision defines our month? Drop a comment, debate it, smash the like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Sunday starts today, and the red and gold are about to make noise.